Welcome back, fellow coders. In today's video, we're going to take a look at strings in Python. So let's get started. Okay, I have Spyder open here, but if you don't want to install Spyder, you can follow the tutorial in idle with no problems. The only reason why I like Spyder is because you can see the variable explorer, and you can also create scripts, and everything's in one window. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to declare a string variable. We'll call it hello, and we'll pass on a variable, string, which I will call hello world. Once I hit enter, then I can see that this has been assigned here. We can see the type, the size, and we can see the value of our string. Once we have a string there, then we can call different indices on this string. So for example, if I say 0, I get the H. If I say 5, I get a comma. If I say 7, I get uppercase W. Another cool thing you can do with strings is that you can check if a letter is in a string. So for example, here we can say uppercase U is not in our hello string, so therefore we'll get a false. However, you would check for uppercase, we'll get a true. Now what happens if we call an index that doesn't exist in our string? We'll get an index error, an index out of range. And what that means is that we're trying to access an index that doesn't exist. Now what we can do here is we can do length hello, and that tells us that we have 13 indices on our hello variable. As I keep in mind that len method, len, starts counting at 1. So the maximum index that we can call for our particular hello string will be 12. And that's our last index. If you don't feel like calling len, we can call -1 will give us our last index. Now let's look at this example. We'll create our string variable here. Same as before, hello world. And we're going to do something here called try an exception. We'll say the character is, let's actually create a variable here called index. And then we want to print that character. And then we'll do an except. And we can say pass here, but usually you'll want to do something here to handle that error. So if we run that, we'll get our index error, and it tells us that the string index is out of range. If we do 11, then we get our D. And feel free to play with different index values here. Okay, moving on into the next example is that I want to show you that strings are not mutable, and we can easily do that by trying to assign something to our hello string. Here we're going to try to assign a G to the first index in hello, and we'll get a type error that is telling you that we can't assign that. The string object does not support item assignment. So strings are immutable. You can't change them once they are created. However, we can assign a whole new string to the hello variable. The last thing that we're going to take a look at is string concatenation, if I'm saying that correctly. That means that we can join strings together. So we'll create two variables here called first and last. And then we create a full name. And that gives us a full. But what if we want a space in between? And there you have it. You can also add different things other than names and strings. Here we get an exception because it doesn't know how to add 5 to the string, right? But let's say that I want to put my age there, right? We can cast this integer into a string. And then you have my name and age. Now there are other ways to format strings, but this is just an introductory to strings. And I hope you learned something today. Stay tuned because there's going to be a few more tutorials on strings. I mean, you can do so many things with strings. There's so many methods, so many functions that we can go over. So stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.